Happy Tuesday. All right, so it is a new day, and I came into the shop early today to get that display cabinet finished. Now, we put it together on Sunday night, and we were all so exhausted. I didn't even move it into place. I haven't gotten anything in it yet. I have everything ready that I want in it, but I thought getting in early today, an hour before I open, I have my favorite chai, and I'm gonna get working on it and see if I can move some of the things myself. I don't know. I hope I don't mess it up. But we're starting off Tuesday on a good note, getting things done, getting this final project done, and it feels good. The summer has all just culminated to this moment, and I hope it looks like I envision it in my head. So let's finish this. All right, so I cleared off and moved the bookshelf that was here. Now I am sweating like a pig, and I moved this in its place. I know it's smarter to wait until someone's here to help me, but I just really want to get this done. So I've been Windexing it down, getting ready to decide where I want to put the first shelf. Now, anybody who has ever bought anything from IKEA, you know that A, it's a bitch to put together, and B, quality is always hit or miss. Now, my green cabinet that I put up and is over here, I love that one. It was easier to put together, better quality, and the yellow one that I have over here was a little bit trickier to put together, and the doors are a little bit crooked, and it's just a manufacturing thing. The reviews said that the doors were crooked, and that was probably the worst thing about it. Now this cabinet was a little bit more trickier to put together, and once we figured out some of the quirks that were making it not sit right, we realized that the doors still are a little bit crooked, as you can see up there, and with the handles down here. Now I hate it when things are crooked like that, but there's nothing to be done. It is what it is. I'm not going to go through the hassle of trying to return it and get a new one. It already took long enough to get these in. Good thing is I was able to use my grant money for this, so it is what it is. But just for future reference, if you were looking at this cabinet, that is one of my main gripes about it. It doesn't quite line up right. But I also hate when you buy furniture, and you probably can't see it very well, but there's a really big label on the side that just showed a picture of "don't break the glass," which I thought was pretty obvious. But you peel it off and it leaves all of this residue. I'm sounding like such a crotchety old lady right now, but yeah, so I'm gonna be goo-goning that. So it's little things, and these shelves to me, I mean, they're not cheap. This one was like $2.29, and that was on sale. And the reason why I hadn't gotten it yet was because I couldn't afford it. With the grant, I was able to, because more professional and official display cabinets are thousands of dollars, and that's just not realistic for me. So it is what it is. I mean, I still think they're expensive, and the quality is like meh, but it was the best I could find in the price range with a lock that fit my needs. So that's that, just in case you wanted to know. All right, let's Googon and start getting the first shelf in. Now there are 3 glass shelves that came with this cabinet, but I'm only going to use one. But I like that I can switch it up if I need to. So I placed the mannequin in here, tested out the frame that the Debbie Reynolds bra is in, and it looks like everything's going to work out. Now I also brought the skirt that Natasha Leon wore in But I'm a Cheerleader, and I still haven't quite figured out a way of how I'm going to display it in here yet, but we're getting there. I'm only going to have so far 3 pieces, I think, in here. I'm not positive. That could change, but for now, we're just getting my Elizabeth Taylor piece up because that was the piece that I've been wanting to get in here. So let's get this beauty dressed. All right, so I have the mannequin dressed. I have the Debbie Reynolds bra in here, as well as the framed auction cards that go over some of the information on it. Sorry, I'm a little, I'm out of breath, so I'm gonna be panting here, but this coat, when I saw it come up for auction, I wanted it so bad. I love green. This is a Neiman Marcus coat, and it's by Count Romy, and it's a raincoat, has this cool oil slick pattern on it. But what I love is you can see in here, you can see the gorgeous, gorgeous lining. It still has all of its tags, but when you notice, there are a couple of buttons missing. And normally for collectors, that's not ideal. But the reason why I love it is because it shows that it was worn. This was a coat she wore. She obviously loved. If I can get really close, you might be able to see a little bit. This button had come off at one point and it was glued back in. Now, in previous videos I've done, I think they were mainly just on TikTok, when the light hits it just right, you can see a fingerprint in that glue. And while I don't know for sure, I don't have her fingerprints on record, but there's a fingerprint there, and I would love to think that fingerprint was from her. You just don't know. But this originally came from, if I zoom in, the property from the lifestyle of Elizabeth Taylor in 2019, the provenance. If you've watched my videos long enough and pay attention to the social media, Elizabeth Taylor is my all-time favorite Hollywood legend. I have her biographies at home. I've been reading her biography since I was a kid. I've just been so enamored by her, and I don't know where that came from, to be honest. There's never a moment where I don't remember loving Elizabeth Taylor. I've loved classic films, musicals. I've just always loved her, and one of my dream jobs, and I would tell this often in school, was to clean her jewelry. And while I don't get to do that, I do get to have a piece of hers with me at all times. Now, I know on HBO, I think a couple weeks ago, they released a new documentary, The Lost Tapes. Now, I haven't seen it yet. I don't have HBO Max. I want to get it to see the movie, but from what I've heard, it's a lot of tapes and interviews that were included in the most recent biography that was written by her that I've read and I love. And I haven't watched it. And I've heard some varying opinions on it, but I'm so excited to watch it. She's a humanitarian, see, she's still alive in my head. She's never really gone away. But humanitarian philanthropist led the charge to find a cure for AIDS. And while hasn't been a cure for AIDS, so many medical breakthroughs that make it not a death sentence. And just hearing about the fights and how ostracized she was fighting such a wrongfully taboo problem is amazing. And I just, I'm always speechless when I see it. Now, this isn't the only piece I have of hers. I have one of her peignoir sets that I'm hoping to get in here on display eventually as well. I have one of her blazers. And those two I got from another Julian's auction. And they were pieces owned by Elizabeth Taylor's one-time assistant. It was owned by her one-time assistant, and it went up for auction, a lot of these pieces, and I was able to get them, and it's been the honor of my life. Sorry, I'm having brain farts because I'm just staring at this coat. But I won't ramble anymore. Let's try to find a little spot for the Natasha Lyonne Vanity Fair half slip. Now this skirt is still in its original packaging. I haven't ever had it on display yet. I have the original bidding cards. I just want to get them framed. I have a little frame over there. But I want to find a good way to display this. I have another shadow box like this one at home, but I don't want it in another shadow box. So I'm going to try to figure out a way. I might just flat lay it and just have it flat laid. Why not? It's a beautiful piece. It's in amazing condition. So let's see how we can do this. All right, so I started running out of time. It was like 1 minute until I opened that I got this done. I'm currently dripping sweat, but got all of the pieces in here. I am still working on a better layout and flat lay for this Natasha Lyonne screen worn skirt. I believed I talked about this in the last video, that if you want to learn more about the skirt and see the screen still from But I'm a Cheerleader of her wearing it, I will again link the archive post about it below. But we have the framed auction card, the Liz Taylor one, the Debbie Reynolds bra. I had this film still of Elizabeth Taylor from Cleopatra. I had these lining the walls when I was a kid. I'll try to insert a photo if I remember it of like the shrine I had in my room, but finally got this done. There's still tweaks. I want to get my Stardust headpiece up here as well, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of a breather, had a little bit of a morning rush. So I'm just getting some things done, but throughout the day, I'll be getting this ready to put that headdress up, and yeah, it'll be finished. Feels good to finally see this coming together. Feels really damn good. All right, so we got this box in today, and as a surprise, I thought I'd show you what was in it. All right, come on over here, Charles. Finally got our new cardigans in. Now these are the D.B. Cooper cardigans. We have his FBI police sketch, his briefcase with all of the money, and if you turn around, we have the plane. And Charles, what plane was it again?
I forget. I'm sorry.
It was from 1971. I can put the information. I think so. And then here he is jumping out of it above a forested skyline. So it's this soft grayish powder blue and navy. Really love how these came out. I know it's super random, but again, if you grew up watching Unsolved Mysteries like the rest of us did, you would know why this story has so much interest. So we are getting all of the labels sewn in, getting them tagged, and they will be up on the website by the time this video is published. Again, these are limited runs, and my partner Charles is the one that did all of the artwork for it, so round of applause. But that is what our project is right now, so we're gonna just keep on trucking. So it is now Wednesday. Yesterday I didn't get to film as much as I wanted to. We were super focused on getting the new cardigans tagged. We sew in all of the Carmine and Hayworth Originals garment tags ourselves. And we got done with that. We had to get everything photographed, put up on the website. So they are now on the website for sale, the D.B. Cooper knit cardigan. We've had people ask, who is D.B. Cooper? We've never heard, like, what is that? And again, as a kid who grew up on Unsolved Mysteries, I was just in awe of this story. And it's one that, I don't know, it creeped me out the most as a kid. So really excited to have this. It's super niche, but you can say you're not gonna find another one like it. So today, I am gonna organize in the back, get some things with our Hollywood cabinet put together, and just kind of organize today. Got sidetracked a lot yesterday, so there was a backup of things to do that I'm hoping to get done today. But why don't I show you the cardigans and what they look like on the mannequins. I'm really excited, and we have plans for more that are coming out, but 2 down. And I couldn't be more grateful. My partner Charles, he goes by Mr. Pennemark on Instagram. I'll link his Instagram page down below, but his artwork is amazing, and I'm so proud of him for what he's done and this vision that we've had coming to life and seeing other people really excited by it. So far, his cardigans are going off to Spain, to London on a European tour, in Canada, and all of you out there who, if you have purchased one, words cannot fully capture how thankful we are that you gave our little endeavor a chance. So thank you, and let's get this day started. I haven't opened the shop yet, so it's a little dark in here, but we wanted to showcase the front and the back of the cardigan. In our front window, we have it facing the back, so you see it and you're like, oh, it's an airplane, someone jumping out of it in a parachute. They're holding, looks like briefcase over a forest. And if you come in and look at the front, you see DB Cooper's FBI sketch, which when I looked at the FBI case file, they redid this sketch to make it look a little bit more like what the flight attendant said he looked like. This one, I feel like, looks a lot like, oh gosh, I'm gapping right now, but in Marvel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you know who I'm talking about. I'm brain farting right now, but that's who I think he looks like. And then you get the briefcase full of money over here. We made our own just price tags or hang tags for these DB Cooper cardigans. And this time around we added just an explanation of our knitwear and why we're doing what we're doing. And we also, with the buck off Western ones, did some, I just got a little small restock of the 3XLs in. So I got these to put on them. So I will be cutting these out today and attaching them to all of the sweaters. But I'm really excited because these sweaters, while they're out on the floor now, we sent out emails about them. I'm doing a last minute pop-up shop at a local brewery on, Saturday. And I'm gonna bring a bunch of these there. When I don't do pop-ups very often, but for this particular brewery, they've always been so kind to me, and I've done a pop-up there before, I've worked with them before. They're great, they're amazing. So they're one of those businesses that they ask me for help, I will do it. No hesitation. So we're going to be bringing all of these there and just bring a little something different. So these are going to be some well-traveled cardigans. But now I have a lot to clean up and organize in the back room, as I always do. I feel like that should just be the title of all these videos. The archive, constantly organizing. When I set up that third display shelf, this is what I had in its place, and it had a bunch of sale items on it. We moved this back here. Obviously, this doesn't leave a lot of room. Spatially, I'm still not quite aware of it yet. I keep running into it through the curtain, and we're gonna try to find a better spot for it. These shelves I got on Facebook Marketplace a couple of years ago, and they're from IKEA, but I bought them pretty used and busted for like $50 for a pair, I think it was. And these were in someone's garage. They had plants on them. We had to scrub them down. So I didn't make a huge investment in them, but I really like them. I like the style. So if anything, if I can't find a spot here, I'll probably end up bringing it home, even though they were a pain in the ass to move. But for now, this is where this is going to stay, and I just have to get used to that. But with a lot of these, if you can tell, I kind of blocked myself in a bit. I haven't really been able to access any of the clothing over there. So before I open, I got here a little early, probably around 9:30. I'm going to find spots for all of these, get this organized, and just jump right into it. We started releasing a lot of the official photos from the pool house shoot yesterday to a really good response. I'm beyond excited. We got a message from the owner of the pool house, and she said how impressed she was with the photos and wanted to ask if she could share them and hopefully collaborate in the future, which that I'm so excited. I cannot wait to go back there. It's just such an amazing place, and it literally is something that's been in my head, and it was plucked out, put into real life, and I'm so proud of the photos. So freaking proud of them. My friends are the most talented people I've ever met. Tyler, who was the filmographer on the project, sent me, she said it wasn't fully edited, but a small teaser video of what she's been working on. And if that's unedited, I don't even know what the final product's gonna look like because it was gorgeous. I'm not gonna share it here because that was just her rough edit of it, but you better believe once she gets the final product out, you will be seeing it. This piece will be for a future standalone video, but this is one of the pieces that I got in a buying appointment a few years ago at a house just a couple of blocks away from my shop in a historic part of downtown Fargo. And the woman who owned this used to do costuming for local opera and theater productions, as well as opera and theater around the country. And this piece, as you can tell, it's a little dingy if you compare it, but the lining was silk and was completely shredded. And for years, I've been wanting just to restore this piece a bit. So my friend Frankie, who has been in previous videos with Birdwatcher Mending, is completely replacing the lining. Now, they recently went to the cities, and I can't remember the name of the fabric shop, but they had found this fabric that they thought would work and ended up finding out once they got back here that this fabric matched almost exactly the color of the original lining in this coat. And when I say original, it was put in there a long time ago, but being that this was a theater used piece, the outside of it that you see is antique, but the interior of it had been changed over time since it was used for theater. But the lining that they bought matched it identically. It was really, really cool. You'll see in the video that I'm going to do, they were testing the fabric content by burning it, and just seeing their process of restoring this has been wonderful. I do have to give it a good cleaning. I'm still a little afraid to. So this might be a piece I bring back into the dry cleaner. See if I would, with this one especially, maybe be a little bit more comfortable if they did it. But we'll see. But it's so cool when you see the original blue and how that was preserved by the lining. It's just gorgeous. And there's nothing wrong with it either. I mean, there are little flaws, a little dingy, but it's structurally so great. So stay tuned. That video won't be coming out for a while. It's been a process. I've been filming Frankie as they've been working on this. So once things get rolling and we get it finalized, then you'll see that video come out. Not the best lighting, but I finally have tried on this Scala beaded top, trying to get a better view. You can see the sparkles on here. I know I'm wearing all black, so you can't really tell, but you can see the gist of it. See if I can get a close-up. I absolutely love this piece. I think we have a shoot planned for it already. Don't quote me, but I absolutely love it. It's beautiful, and it's a great size because it doesn't have any armholes, so it just lays kind of like a poncho. Remember those? But just had to have a little fun while I was organizing. All right, I bagged up all of those little beaded capelets. Made sure they were all safe and snug. Did a little bit of reorganizing. I forgot that yesterday I received these two amazing vintage men's winter coats. Here in North Dakota, winter can start as early as September, October, so it's never too early to stock up, but have to show, I absolutely am obsessed with anything London fog. Anytime I get something in, I drool, and I love these chains. We want a designer online where we have all of these chains in there because they are just, they're functional, but they're also amazing. So these, I just have to give a good refreshing, roll off, and then probably around September, I'll get these up for sale and on the floor. But I decided, if you remember, I showed these Angora sweaters, 1940s dress, and I have this other piece that was given here. I just decided that I am going to go on my Instagram stories and just post them and say if anybody wants them, they can have them. You can have one, you can have two, you can have three, you can have all. And just let someone else work their magic on them. So if you're watching this and that's ever something you're interested in, head on over and follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Carmine and Hayworth. A couple of years after I first opened in this space, I had a week off in January and we did a full clean out of everything. Like, as you see right now, it's a lot of stuff, but before I had accumulated so many pieces from other people donating, and it was insane. I had a lot of stuff, and I ended up doing a Facebook Live where I showed people things in my back room that I was giving away, and you commented, claim them, and you could come in, take them for free, and off you go. I believe, I don't know, that I think that must have been during the shutdown, if I'm thinking correctly, because no one could really come into my store. Everyone had to wear a mask and they could only come in the first couple of feet. I obviously wasn't open, but anywho, so that was a really big success, and I got rid of so much stuff. I had mannequins, and again, they were all things that I had gotten for free, and if someone else can find a use for them, then I want them to. So these, I think I will just be posting on my Instagram and telling people they can just have them. Just keep passing it forward. All right, so I put out my headdress and I'm hoping it'll stabilize and not fall over. I think it should be good. So it feels nice to get this back on the floor. My only sadness is that when I had it over on this side, the natural light coming in at night would hit it just right, and it would leave little disco ball light shimmers all over the shop. So that is the only bummer, but I have it up, it is complete, and I can check that off my list. All right, so I just had a buying appointment and I'm just trying to organize and separate all of the pieces that need mending and cleaning. But I wanted to just show quickly some of the pieces I got in. This gorgeous, just powdery blue and silver lurex maxi dress with sheer sleeves, missing one of the button tops. Let's see what the other one is like. I know on the back, this one has some, what looks like, ooh, here, hold on one second. Has a couple of little scorch marks just right along the back, but honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Little spot here or there, but gosh, you could find a fabric like this, kind of get two brooches and make a little bit of a train in back, and it would be absolutely stunning. Sorbet peachy mini dress. It's Barbara Streisand reminiscent dress. Let's see what else we have in here. Now this one is so stunning. We have this gorgeous creamy white winter jacket. Pretty sure this is rabbit fur, and this I'm pretty sure is faux fur. I'm not positive, I haven't tested it yet. But a gorgeous jacket, couple of little flaws, but look at this creamy white dress. I'm a sucker for anything lurex and sequins. Just look at that glimmer. Ah, that's so beautiful. Again, has a couple little spots, but I typically do spot treatments on them just to freshen them up a bit. But I think for the age of a lot of these pieces and the fact that they're white, it's a miracle that they don't have more staining. Now the gentleman who brought these in just lost his wife a month ago, and his sister was trying to help him offload a lot of the pieces. The majority of what they had were new modern pieces. I guess she liked internet shopping, so she had tons of shoes and dresses and tops that still had all of their original tags on them, which is so cool. And they've donated a lot of those, brought them to consignment stores, so they're all finding a great home. But I was excited that they found my shop and brought all of these pieces here because there's some really, really cute ones, and they're so, so lovely and accommodating and wonderful. So I was happy that I could lighten their load a little bit and, you know, give them something for all of their troubles getting things here. Now this is one that the gentleman's sister was like, I know you're gonna want this one. Look at this. Gorgeous, like baby pink dress. And it still has its original dry cleaning hanger on it and dry cleaning tag. It looked like it must have been repaired at some point. I'm assuming it was because of these little rhinestones and all of the lurex. Again, it does show some signs of wear, very faint underarm staining, but feels like it looks like a silk shantung, but I don't think it's silk. I won't know for sure until I get in there. But it has its original dry cleaning bag, and I really don't like to get rid of these, but it's kind of falling apart and I might have to, but definitely keeping that hanger. Not gonna keep this piece on the hanger, but I'll keep the hanger by it because I think that's really fun and interesting and gorgeous. So I'm now going through and steaming all of the pieces that I got that don't need any mending. I put out several pieces already. This one I'm gonna save to last, but this little pile over here has some pop seams and little tears that I'm gonna quickly go through and mend, get them steamed, and get them all ready to put out on the floor. I'm gonna start steaming this beauty next. But the original owners were pretty sure this piece was from the 1920s. It's definitely in the style, but without like a maker's tag or anything like that, it's really hard to tell. But looking at some of the stitching work, if I can get that to focus, it does look similar to pieces I've had from the 20s in the past. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna see if I can find any more identifying factors. Either way, it's really, really beautiful. But I also wanted to show this 1950s dress I have to get steamed. And this is a 1950s piece, and it has little metallic threads woven in. I wanna see if I can get a better, there we go. Super gorgeous. Definitely was handmade. It has, I don't know why I try to turn these around when I'm holding it, but cool bow and draping on the back. There goes dry cleaning cover. So I want to get that steamed. This would definitely be one that would probably have to be dry cleaned, especially with the metallic threads. I don't really want to take a chance, but it's in great condition. It just has some discoloring at the top of the collar. So gorgeous. Can't wait to see what it's like when I give it a very, very light steam. All right, so it is Thursday, and I just brought home a bunch of the new vintage that I got in yesterday. Washed a bunch of it, mended a ton of it, and today I'm gonna get ready to steam them and put them out. I have the goal today of steaming and taking pictures of new vintage for the website as well as the archive website, especially the beautiful pink rhinestone dress I got in yesterday by Ira Curtis. I've never heard of that designer before, but a lot of really beautiful pieces that I can find online. And I just would think it'd be kind of fun to do a cute post on that as well. So we have our work cut out for us today. I think I have another buying appointment. I do have to get ready for that pop-up shop I have on Saturday, and then Monday with this amazing vintage sellers group that I am a part of over in Canada. I am hosting a membership workshop on collaborations. With that, I usually just mainly talk off the cuff. I don't usually prepare much to say, but I'm excited for that. I really love this group. It's been a great resource and source of friendship, and being able to bounce ideas off of other sellers and hearing their struggles, it has been wonderful. So we have, again, a lot coming up in this next week over the weekend. I thought it was going to slow down a bit, but I was wrong. So let's jump right into it. Right now, I am photographing this gorgeous creamy white little jacket that I got in yesterday. Now this, it feels, like I said yesterday, like rabbit fur. This is not real fur. It's kind of imitation. Really beautiful. I brought it home and I didn't obviously wash it because of the fur, but it did have a couple of little discolorations. I think for the most part, I was able to get them out pretty well. I know the inside of the collar does have some discoloration. It's really not that bad, and I was able to get it to budge a little bit, but it's gorgeous. Again, it's one of those that if if I fit it, I'd be keeping it, but I wouldn't be able to wear it because I color my hair red, and that would get all over the collar, and that would be no bueno. So this beauty will be up online hopefully today. I'm gonna be sad to say goodbye to it though. All right, so I think it was yesterday when I was showing these DB Cooper cardigans, I was trying to say or describe who the FBI sketch of DB Cooper looks like, and it was one of the agents in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I couldn't remember it. It's Agent Coulson. I feel like such a moron. I watch all the Marvel movies, I watch that show. That's just, when you're really stressed and haven't slept, it's amazing what your brain forgets, but he looks like Agent Coulson, doesn't he? All right, I just steamed out this Pauline Trigère, and I mean, steaming only goes so far. I would really need to iron this, just put a piece of like parchment paper over and iron it, but I think this will be good for now. I just at least want to get some photos taken of it for the archive. And then I did steam this piece a little bit as well. I haven't put it away yet because I just love looking at it. Sorry, got a little interrupted, but I don't remember what I was saying. But I just like keeping this out. I don't want to tuck it in back yet, but I will. And I'll get some photos taken of it, and then I can see it all the time. All right, it's the end of the day on Thursday, and I had another buying appointment. This is the third and final one from the couple that has been in the past couple of weeks, and I've gotten pieces from them. So the majority of them I am bringing home to launder. A lot of really beautiful cotton dresses that are safe to be washed, which is nice, and we have some polyester in there. I love material that can easily be washed. So I'm bringing all this whole bag of goodies home. Gonna get started on that tonight. Oh, it has been a very long and draining day. I feel like, you know, when I watch videos of other small business owners talking about, you know, their days, and you never hear the unglamorous parts of it. And today is one of those days where, ooh, it just takes a lot out of you mentally. It's already been a really hectic, crazy past 2 months, but nothing drains you quite like people. It was definitely a day where people were not the friendliest. So I am gonna go home and do my laundry, make myself a drink, eat, and go to bed, and just start tomorrow as a new day, and hoping that people are in better moods. It's currently a Friday, and I just got in and unpacked all of the new clothing that I had gotten in from that couple last night. Luckily, all of them, the majority of them were either polyester or cotton, so they cleaned up really nicely. Some of them still have some spots or stains, but that's fine. I'll deal with that. We have some really, really good patterns here and some men's pieces, pants. So I'm excited to get these steamed and pressed and out on the floor. But I love, again, I'm a label whore, and I don't mean that designer. I just mean the look of it. And I just love this, you know, little bed coat smock. see, Monte Carlo, très joli. I love it. Anything with the gold metallic thread, I'm obsessed with. Again, a lot of these aren't perfect, but they're worth being cleaned up and saved. Good morning. It is Saturday. I forgot to film yesterday. It was kind of a weird day, but I ended the day getting all of my things over to a local brewery to get ready for a pop-up that we're gonna have today. Now the shop is open, regular hours, but I will be heading over to this brewery from 3 to 8 for a pop-up. I normally don't do pop-ups much anymore. Anytime I do, it's usually a favor to a friend or another business that has been really kind and great to me. So this business has been great. So I thought, well, I'll just go there and hang out and hopefully make some sales, but otherwise might just chill out and try to get some work done. I'm gonna bring my computer. So it's gonna be a very long day. Hopefully people are nice and it can just be an easygoing day. Yes, that's the plan. I'm tired. Can you tell I'm tired? I haven't had any caffeine yet, but that's the plan. So I'll try to film where I can. I want to try filming while we're there, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, it's Sunday, day after the pop-up market at one of our local breweries. I'm very tired. It was a long night last night. We ended up packing up and leaving. I think it was closer to 9. Came in, finished closing the shop because the store was still open while I was at the pop-up, and I'm just putting everything back. Luckily, Sundays were only open 12 to 4. I'm just gonna try to take it easy today. I'm really tired, and I want to be in a clear mindset for the talk I'm doing in front of the vintage sellers community tomorrow about collaboration. And I want to make sure that I'm prepared and well rested for that because I'm really excited for it. So I'm just gonna spend the next, let's see, it's 11:37, we open at noon, the next 20 minutes or so just getting things put back and organized, and then I'm gonna try to take it easy today and not overdo it. It was fun last night. I got to see a lot of people that I don't get to see as regularly unless they come into the shop. So that was really fun. It was lovely, and now I'm ready for a little bit of a break.